Hi Aquarius, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for September 15th through October 14th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or your moon, rising, or Venus sign. Speaking of which, I'm going to do the general reading and then I'm going to have a little part over here about your person. And then I'll get to the oracle cards and the final message or the dice and all that. If the sound is not, if sound is still acting up, please let me know so I can continue to address that. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, harsh truth for Aquarius. Don't hold back now. All right, harsh truth. Aquarius. All right. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups, Empress, that could be Taurus, Aries, or Libra. Six of Cups, Strength card, that could be Leo. King of Wands, I read that as Sagittarius. And the Lovers card, Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. All right. I need to grow my nails out more so I can, there we go. Can't grab the cards sometimes when the nails are this short. Okay. All right, Aquarius. What is going on here? It's this Page of Cups. So we got the Knight of Pentacles. I read that as Taurus. What's this Page of Cups then? Interesting. So 1, 2, 3. 3 major arcana. All right. What's this Page of Cups here for Aquarius? 5 of Cups. Darn it. All right. What are you disappointed about? Well, you know what though? Is it disappointment? I mean, is this just going, well, okay, and finding a new starting point? What is this? We got some disappointment about something you were kind of interested in, or maybe you received some disappointing news about something you cared about or were hoping to come to pass. This feels relationship centered, you know, but all right. What's this Six of Cups about for Aquarius? It's a Six of Cups. Empress. There, now you can see it better. It's not so glary. Okay. What's this Empress about for Aquarius? Keep wanting to say Libra. What's that all about? The Fool card, that could be Gemini, Virgo, or Aries. All right, so I think you're feeling, I think you're still feeling the residual of a little bit of a disappointment and kind of feeling like you've got a situation from the past that possibly codependent that you're dealing with, that you're trying to shake loose or just process the best you can to get to that new beginning where you're actually thriving, but you've still got something you're trying to process and work through here, something that's a little bit disappointing and still tugging at your heartstrings. And this could speak to codependent issues or quite frankly, mom issues. You know what I mean? Like issues that you're trying to heal, the mother wound, things like that. Issues with family, prominent family. Issues with self-nurturing, self-care. Wanting to figure out what to do now at this starting point, which direction to go to. Having a hard time doing that because of your attachment to a past situation. It's affecting your self-care or your self-preservation. And potential for growth or just going on to something independently in the future here. So like disappointment is calling into question your self-worth, your self-advocacy, able to take care of yourself, choosing for yourself and feeling okay with that, not feeling guilty, not staying stuck in a codependent situation or just finding it hard to get that momentum going for continuing on the path to prosperity, abundance, fulfillment, anything you want to give continued support and life to, like your own little side project, work, things like that. This feels like an independent thing. It doesn't feel like it's in a relationship. It feels like you're just trying to carve out space for yourself, maybe within a relationship, and you're having a hard time letting go of past disappointments, or perhaps you've kind of ended a situation and you're just going through the process of trying to figure out all the memories and processing all of that with the ending, or figuring out what to do from here forward. But it's like the past keeps affecting your decisions to be able to do that, or your ability to be able to decide. What's this Strength card about for Aquarius? Five of Swords. This could be Leo. I can't remember if I mentioned that. And for you, what's this Lovers card about for Aquarius? What's this Lovers card about for Aquarius? Oh, nice. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, what's this King of Wands for Aquarius? What's this King of Wands? All right, so never fear. Things will be set to rights and restored. You, is this about trusting, though? With whatever or whomever you're going to do, this is about you being in the deciding seat, and this is calling into question the relationship with yourself. It's almost like this is about you being able to trust yourself. This is about you making some decisions for yourself, which is what you want to be able to do anyway. It's just that you're still attached to something, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just might feel like it's clouding your ability to make sound judgment for your betterment, what's best for you. Honestly, it feels like as soon as you sort of square away some, I don't know, it feels like codependent issues with a family member, a matriarch, or just some issues in your past. God, the mother keeps coming up, and I mean, it makes sense. Hello, the Empress, but this feels like a mom issues here. As soon as that gets sort of sorted or dealt with or acknowledged and kind of put just in the shelf, on a shelf, in the closet on its shelf, you're not going to get rid of it. It's part of you. So it's just about compartmentalizing it, and managing it. It's not going to go away, but it can be managed. That'll allow you to move forward in your present situation, because this is really about feeling secure with yourself before you feel deserving and secure in a relationship. And it's about self-worth and self-trust. And you're having a hard time with that. You're having a hard time. For the Aquarians I'm reading for, going forward with a project or a situation, because you're not sure of the stability of it, because you don't trust yourself. And because you don't trust yourself, you don't trust the other person. I think this would be a lot clearer, the decision you need to make, or the ability to move forward in this situation would be a lot more clear if you felt more grounded, felt more like you could trust yourself, because then it wouldn't be an issue with this person. I keep wanting to move that up because it's like it's not right, but the glare. It feels, I was just gonna say it feels stagnant, and then I'm like, there's no stagnant cards here, but then, so it feels like you're kind of wanting things to stay where they are, or you're not letting go, but you're not wanting to move forward either. And part of it is because you don't trust yourself, and so you don't trust the person because you don't trust yourself with the person. But I think too, this is maybe sort of getting yourself absorbed in work and side projects instead of confronting your issues of self-worth in a relationship, instead of being able to put yourself first, or and I'm not advocating selfishly, so of course it's about having clear boundaries and what your values are, so that you can find somebody of like mind and all that. This feels like you're choosing to kind of keep to yourself, because you just don't trust that you're either ready to be in relationship yet, or that you're not going to make the necessary changes in the relationship you're in already. It's like things are stagnant. It's just kind of shelved, and it's not being dealt with. You keep getting trust issues. All right. I like this though. I like that feeling solid. But again, that I think that you right now you feel more solid on your own than you do in a relationship, and that's no major you know, truth there per se, but I think it's because when you get into relationships, you feel like you can't trust yourself. And it looks like you don't trust the other person, but really it's you don't trust yourself. And that has to do with feelings of self-worth. No great shakes again. So what you're thinking about this, but why? Because you haven't done anything. Is this like you haven't decided to end it or go forward? You're kind of just not stuck, but you're thinking about a lot, and you're kind of not letting someone in. Is either you've been single for a while and have no intentions because you're keeping yourself safe, or you are in something but you're not. You're kind of just flatlined in this relationship. You're kind of keeping to yourself in a relationship that still technically you're in, but you're not present, or you're single. It's just it feels like there's someone, but you're not actively involved, and yet they're occupying a large part of your time mentally and emotionally, and yet you're doing your own thing, but you're still thinking about them. But I'm telling you, it's self-trust. You're fine until you get near this situation or person, and then it just feels like you start to doubt yourself, and you start to run into problems, and you feel safest when you're pursuing your own stuff. But as soon as you start to think about partnership with someone else or in connection to someone else, that's where you kind of stagnate or run into problems. And you're not coming up with any solutions. It's just easier to pour your heart back into work or going, whatever. But relationship, stay away from that. Like, that's how you feel. What's for Aquarius's person? Maybe that'll shed light on this, because this is dancing around a relationship issue. We got you fine with work and day to day, everything's fine. But when it comes to this relationship, you're like peeking around the corner, but as soon as it looks back at you, you're like scurrying back. Not maybe out of fear. What's this? I think you want to feel more in control of your life than you do already. And that might propel you to work even harder at work and at a side project and all these other things in an effort to sort of master the lack of security you feel, or lack of control and self-efficacy you feel in connection with someone else. That really kind of feels like it undermines your authority, your self-esteem. So then instead of challenging that, it's been a lot easier for you lately to just go back and pour yourself into other things that you have complete control over. All right, what else for? Or at least not as an emotional attachment to. So Aquarius's person. Harsh truth about Aquarius's person. 3 of Cups, okay. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. What's going on there? That's why, isn't it? Because you feel like they were kind of just discarded. Maybe you feel abandoned, and you're wishing like heck you could have some mastery over that feeling, and you kind of lulled into this, well, it's going to take time, but that's been code for just leave it lie. Not like work through it, be patient with yourself, it's going to take time. That's been just like abandon it altogether and not deal with it, and just completely not acknowledge the effect that it had on you. Queen of Swords. Okay, so that's Libra. All right. So what's going on here? Was this somebody that just didn't value, to put it mildly, connection with you like you did, and you felt used and abused and discarded? And it's kind of because they did. Let's be honest. They did. And this is 5 of Swords for Aquarius. 5 of Swords. Aquarius. Hanged Man, that could be Pisces. Yeah, this is just this. Okay. So you kind of, not wrong. No wonder you're having a hard time with this, because it really is something that still bothers you, how kind of cold and calculating someone was, and just letting things go, just able to just up and leave for whatever the, desire du jour was. What's this Queen of Swords here? This could be Pisces, by the way. This could be Libra. This is Queen of Swords for Aquarius. Usually I'm like, well, it might seem like that, but consider that, nope, yeah, you were kind of, for all intents and purposes, you were discarded. Things were just cut off. Someone was actually, it could have been that there was a revelation of their true colors. They were just quite selfish. Didn't mean to them what it meant to you. And what's this Queen of Swords for Aquarius? Lovers. Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. Yeah, you're dealing with someone that's just kind of not... You're trying to still sort it out. And it's hard because they are not. They don't care. If anything, they might be being quite cutthroat about this. And it's so much more nuanced and involved for you. Let's be honest. I pulled 6 cards to their, 2 or 3, but yeah, they're not, from what's showing here, Aquarius, you were left holding the bag and you're still working through it. And so you take as much time as you need, but it does need to be dealt with. You can't just leave it lie where it is under the guise of giving it time. If it goes unexamined, it's going to lead to these feelings of always kind of being in the back burner, and these feelings of self-worth are always going to sabotage, or could potentially sabotage future, in this case, romantic endeavors. This isn't a crisis of faith with work. This is feeling like, oh, after a certain point of getting close to somebody, I get into trouble, so I'm just not going there. I'm going to let people this close, and then nobody's getting close to me after that. And so it could be that for now you're processing it, but don't fool yourself, because if you let it go unexamined, everything's going to be hunky-dory and great, but there's going to be, it's going to stagnate. Safety is going to be equated with security. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you're kind of fortress building right now. You're kind of starting to potentially down the road, you could be walling up, like walling things off in an effort to just continue the feelings of safety and security. But really, you're just kind of building dividers and walls. Okay. What else for... Oh, you can't... I hate that when you can't see that. Okay, all right. Whoopsie. What else for Aquarius? What else for Aquarius? First part of this video or reading, I kept wanting to say Libra, so I don't know if that's significant. I kept wanting to say Libra. So, oh no, it wasn't Libra. It was Gemini. I kept wanting to say Gemini. So, I don't know if that's significant to you, but I kept wanting to say Gemini. All right, Aquarius. That's for Aquarius. Golly. 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords. I'm sorry. Sometimes, I mean, if the way it feels like you're kind of going through it right now. It's all right. You're battling. You're battling. Else for Aquarius. The thing is, you can provide this for yourself just fine. For the Aquariuses I'm reading for, it feels like you kind of lose a grip on this when you get in connection with other. It's like either or. It's very black or white. It's not fluid. It's not negotiable. And you're starting to feel like, for the Aquarians I'm reading for, like you might need to feel like you protect yourself from, instead of just sort of being open to, but being kind of aware. This is starting to, this could go, I mean, not yet, but if this doesn't get sorted, this turns into walling yourself off. Just saying. Whoopsie. What else for Aquarius? Hindrance. Fate has blocked this path for you. Okay, and it's hard. Why? Because you still have an attachment to it. You're still sorting it out. You're still, and it's affecting your It's just not something you feel very secure in right now, probably because you're processing it. But I know I keep saying it. I just want it to be that you processing is an active thing for you, not just like, well, I'm just going to give it time. I feel like that's going to entrench you in some sort of not correct belief about your own self-worth or about your ability to be secure and safe and thrive in relationship. I feel like you're making a case for yourself that you're just better off by yourself or single. That might be for right now while you process, but it's not forever. It's about being able to advocate for yourself and to kind of take the lead in a relationship. Put yourself first and still enjoy someone else's company so that you're with somebody that shares and enjoys rather than you have to take care of or is going to take from you. It's that all or nothing thinking. And to give you the benefit of the doubt, maybe you are working through it, but it just feels like you might get stuck, and I don't want that. I worry because, the Empress twice and 3 5 of Swords, and 2 Lovers. I mean, this is issues with yourself first, self-trust, self-esteem, and then ability to connect and thrive with other. And we got a hindrance here. Fate has blocked your path. So the hand that you dealt with right now, you could feel like I am seriously cursed or jinxed. Oh my gosh, things aren't going well for me. It's temporary. This too shall pass. It's temporary. Oopsie. Okay, so these two we're going to jump. Battle of the Blues and Opportunity Knocks. Go for it. It's like this is what you're juggling, right? This, feeling like, oh gosh, it was this. We got the sword there. And then we've got like the ability to move forward or the ability for this new beginning and thriving, but you just don't want to take that chance yet. I am all for it as long as that's temporary. Give yourself 3 months, 6 months, whatever, a Saturday afternoon, whatever it is. But I just don't want you to feel like, we got nothing but time. I'm going to feel this way forever. No. No. I forbid it. Aquarius. Okay. Letting go. And that's why the 5 of Swords showed up 3 times. Because you're just kind of going through it right now. It's just hard. Might take a while. What else for Aquarius? Well, if there's a reading for this to show up in, I'm glad it's the harsh truth and it's not like, oh, this is your outlook for the month. I mean, if we're going to get into the nitty gritty and the harshness of something, this is it. But it's not all that you are. It's not all that you're going through. It's just looking at what's ruffling your feathers, to put it mildly. What else for Aquarius? All right, we got 9 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Wands reversed. So we've got you... I think this is taking it day by day. I also think that in the name of self-preservation and being happy in the moment, you're kind of holding everybody at bay or delaying a fresh start, delaying risking, delaying getting close, getting connected. You're kind of keeping everybody arm's length. You're holding off on that. And I think this too is feeling like you are stuck and you are stagnant. There isn't any movement or growth. That's been a struggle. Perhaps it's been a struggle just to have perspective on things and it's come down to, okay, just for today, this and that. Maybe that is something you're struggling with. This right here could also be showing up to encourage talking to someone you trust. Someone who might have some insight into what you're going through, whether it's someone familiar or a professional, but you're just kind of going through it right now, trying to let go of something. And that's okay. It's not all that you are, and you're not going to stay stuck there. All right. Much love to you. I hope to see you in the next reading, and I thank you for stopping by. All right. You keep your head up. Only this too shall pass. It's only in passing. Just for now. Okay. All right. You take care, Aquarius.